Coming up, my preview of Salford versus HKR with some good news for Salford. Italy's stars talk about the European Championships and their hopes. Plus, Broncos workhorse signs a new deal. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. And if you can, please remember I'm running a Buy Me a Coffee page. Just click on the QR code and it'll send you straight over. Please, there's no obligation, but if you can, please donate. And we start with the news that workaholic middle forward Jensen has signed an extension with the Brisbane Broncos, and that extension is for another 2 years. The 29-year-old Queenslander with 76 NRL appearances was a welcome addition to the Broncos last year after joining from the Cowboys system, with his new deal taking him to the end of the 2025 season at Brisbane. His move to the Broncos last year proved that he belonged in the NRL. The hard-working prop unassumedly went about his business in Brisbane's engine room and quickly became a favourite amongst his teammates for his tireless work ethic. First and foremost, my goal coming here was to earn the respect of the boys, rip in, train hard and earn a spot in the 17, Jensen told broncos.com.au. I've grown up in North Queensland. I've never been too far away from home. That was the hardest part, coming down here. I just backed my ability. I felt like I did my job for the team, and each game I got more and more comfortable in the NRL. I had a few chances to start. I thought I grew as a footy player and as a as a person. It was an easy decision to re-sign with a club. It has been an enjoyable experience since I came here on day one. I really love my time here, and I can see where the club is going into the future. Johnson is the second Corey to sign a new deal with the Broncos, as this contract extension is a coup for the club, with hooker Corey Pax also announcing a 2-year extension earlier in the week. Speaking about Jensen, Broncos coach Kevin Walters said, Corey is one of those players who set the standards when it comes to training and preparation. He leaves no stone unturned when it comes to getting ready to play, and that reflected in the way he performed in his first season with us. We're delighted that he's staying with us for another 2 years. Corey is a kind of player we want at the heart of what we are building at the Broncos, and he will play an important role for us in the seasons ahead. For the 29-year-old middle forward, he says that now it's the chance to establish himself as a Broncos player. I want to keep getting better each game and doing my job, he said. I know when everyone is doing their job, we can be a top 4 side, and that's our goal, to play finals football. And we know our club is capable of that. Coming here initially took me out of my comfort zone. Being a North Queensland kid, being in a big city was a bit hard, but it was right for me personally and from a development point of view. I needed to get out of my comfort zone. He continued, the forward here are world class. We have some of the best forwards in the game, and that was really exciting when I came here. They are all really young, but extremely skillful, and I'm learning a lot from them, even though I'm one of the older heads. I'm grateful to be part of such a good forward pack, and hopefully we can do something pretty special this year. The Townsville-born player has been in and out of the North Queensland side during his 4 years with the club, playing 58 games and scoring 1 try. Brisbane Broncos have seen the value in him, as last year he was involved in 18 games as of April 2022. So he has yet to make 100 games at 29 years old, but he's looking to do so once his NRL contract with the Broncos ends. Now we come to some international news, as the draws have been made for the Men's European A Championship and the first ever Women's European Rugby League World Cup qualifiers for 2025's World Cup. England, Scotland, Ireland and Serbia will meet in Group A of the men's competition. On the start to the road of the Rugby League World Cup in France in 2025, while France, Wales, Italy and Spain face each other in Group B. The winners of each group will meet in a final on the weekend of the 11th of November, with France the likely destination for the final. The two highest placed group leaders outside of England and France, who have already qualified for the 2025 Rugby League World Cup, will join them with the other nations going into the 2024 qualification. So the top two of each group will automatically qualify for the Rugby League World Cup if they are beaten by England and France in those group games. But it still opens up possibilities. The next two in the group, the third and fourth place of each group, will go into the 2024 qualifying competition to get their place in the European section of qualifiers for France 2025. In the first ever Women's World Cup qualifiers, we see in Group A that Greece, Holland, Turkey and Wales face each other, while in Group B, Ireland, Serbia, Italy and Malta will battle it out for their place in the 2025 World Cup. The top two nations in each group will qualify to play in France in 2025 in a straight shootout. The draws were made by Julia Lee, the chair of the International Rugby League Women's and Girls Advisory Group, and former Lionesses for Great Britain, Joanna Carr-Will, Lisa McIntosh and Michelle Hargreaves. The one person who spoke out about the draws for the women's side was McIntosh. Lisa McIntosh, who said and was enthused by the growth and possibilities of rugby league for the women's side. It feels like a historic occasion, said McIntosh. Who would have thought you would have had nations like Malta and Turkey playing women's rugby league in a World Cup qualifier when we started almost 30 years ago? It's another landmark moment and in and for the women's game. This has set the tongues wagging in the international community, as two of the people for Italy, Ryan King and Jake Mason, are hoping the European Championships are just the start of having more international fixtures on a regular basis. The two who both play for Halifax in the Championship expressed their delight to seeing International Rugby League being introduced into the calendar, saying that everyone wants to play more international matches. That was King's first statement. And King continued, I've been playing since 2019, so I've been lucky enough to be involved in for quite a while. Playing for Italy is probably the main thing I want to do every year. They want to bring on a domestic comp and a women's comp, so we just need to be playing more. Italy winger Mason, who scored 5 tries in 3 World Cup games, stated, in Italy, we're still trying to build our domestic comp, so if we can get to play more games, then we can get more exposure, which leads to bigger and better things. I think it is hugely important for the game and for all those countries involved. This was a sentiment echoed by Serbia's top rugby league team, the Red Star Belgrade, as a draw for the Euro Rugby League Championship opened opportunities for the Serbian national team to go against the best of what UK can offer. They share the same group as England, Scotland and Ireland. We wish best of luck to our lads against toughest sides in Europe. It will be fantastic for all the teams involved that are not recognised as rugby league nations, as they're going against teams that aren't going to stand on any ceremony and treat the occasion as a rugby game. They need to win. They need to win to prove that they win. This is the first step of growth in rugby league in Europe, and it needs to happen. International calendars seem to bolster finances for the other rugby, so why not do it in rugby league? It's the one thing that's missing, international game, and it will definitely have the opportunity to stimulate growth. So the final part of the episode is a quick preview of the Super League game tonight as HKR travel to the HKR Stadium to face Salford Red Devils. Both sides made a perfect start to their campaigns, and Salford had a really good win away at Fancied Lee. They coped with the pressure well, and after settling into the affair, they took control and forced errors at the right time. Once they got in front, they never looked like they were going to lose the game. There was work to be done, but they worked really well as a team, really hard and grafting for each other, and impressed on the opening day against what was an exciting Leeds side. As for KR, they had a real shock opening day win against one of the grand final favourites, Wigan. After what was a cagey first half, that hole just about shaded, they came out without Ryan Hall in the second half and continued their dominance and brushed Wigan aside with ease. It was a fantastic display, one I don't think they can repeat without 4 key men which are missing from last week's squad, as in Ryan Hall, Lachlan Coote, Matty Staunton and Reece Kennedy. Salford will have Joe Burgess back in the fold, and I think they have got too much on home soil for KR to handle. But let's have a look at the squads. So with those 4 major losses, it looks like to me that Sam Wood has come in for Lachlan Coote. We have also Jimmy Kindhorse coming in for Matty Staunton, as well as Lewis Johnson and Phoenix Laulu Tangagai, who comes into the squad as replacements from the absence. But otherwise, Hull KR have a very strong squad yet again, with Sean Kenny Dowd, Jesse Sue, the impressive Frankie Halton from 2022, and Mikey Lewis looking to create momentum to the squad. Lewis Senior is in the squad again, but yet to make his start as a Super League player for Hull KR. For the home side, there is no changes, but that one into the squad, which is a positive for Salford, as it's been known when they call out a team ready for a 21-man squad or a team, they have to suddenly say this player's injured, that player's injured, but one player back in and no changes to the squad otherwise, with Joe Burgess coming into it. Salford would probably make only one change from their starting lineup, and that would be the replacement of Rhys Williams for Joe Burgess in the starting lineup, but we'll have to see what comes about it. Tyler Dupree was one of the standouts as he started the game and created massive go forward for Salford. Matt Sneed and Brodie Croft did what they did, as well as Callum Watkins and Ken CEO, with Tim Lifey a little bit behind the rest of them, but otherwise I still think that Salford could win this. Okay, will be a tougher challenge than what Lee were last time out. Speaking of Callum Watkins, Salford Red Devils have announced their club captain has signed a new 3-year deal with the club, keeping him at the red and white until 2025. A proven winner at the highest level, securing the future of one of the Super League's form players. is yet another statement of intent for the Red Devils. Watkins is a 6-time Super League winner with Leeds Rhinos, and his leadership qualities have really come to the fore over the last 12 months. It is clear he commands the respect of the dressing room, and the appointment of club captain earlier this year came as no surprise to anyone within the club. Despite being a natural centre, Watkins' selfless move to the back row has been hugely beneficial for Paul Rowley's side. Everyone knows what the 31-year-old brings with the ball in hand, but his work rate in defence was equally as vital in Salford's run to the playoffs in 2022. Now set with a settled squad and summer additions, Watkins and co are aiming for silverware in 2023. Reacting to the new deal, he said, "I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to extend my time here at Salford. We have a great group here and I love the support from the fans. I want to help bring success to the club and create even more memories." And with that, that's another episode in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode in the comment section below, as it's open for business, but please be respectful. Tell me what your thoughts are on the stories. Are you happy about the European Championships coming back? Are Salford stronger by signing a new deal with Callum Watkins? And do you think that the Brisbane Broncos signing of Corey Jensen was a good one? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.